evidence from the front lines using cutting-edge technology. Their techniques are similar to the scripted crime scene investigators found on television, except this science is real. As soon as the evidence arrives from the battlefield, it is inventoried and assigned to one of Acme's 3 labs: fingerprints, chemistry, or DNA forensics.
Your pickup case 3000. This particular case involved plastic bags, some tape, and we're processing those accordingly. Once those finish fuming in the fuming chamber, then they can be looked at to see if there's any prints. If there's not, then we can apply a fluorescent chemical, and then we'll look at it under a laser to view and photograph those prints. Now the examiner is examining the print under the laser light to see if anything develops. The orange filters act as a barrier filter, one to protect your eyes, but allows you to cut out the background and just see the fluorescence. Now that he's found a print, he'll focus on one individual print at a time, snap that photograph, and that photograph can be either used for manual comparisons to a known subject that the submitter has provided, or we can search that print in a database to see if that person has already been enrolled somewhere. Every person we can identify by latent prints takes a combatant, an enemy combatant, off the battlefield. And that's one less person shooting at our troops, trying to build pressure plates to blow them up. And every person we can take off the battlefield this way is one less person they have to worry about when they're out on the ground.
After the evidence is scanned for fingerprints, any materials or elements left from the crime scene are brought to the chemists for further analysis.
So one of the first things that I like to do on a sample is called a huff test, and it tells me if the sample is water soluble. Do you see that bright guy there? I'm going to huff on him, and you'll see where he disappeared, and you can see other crystals forming around him, and as soon as it dries out, he will recrystallize. Is it explosive? Did it have the capability to set off an IED, or was it a drug? If it was not one of those things, what else was it? We knew it blew up, but what else is there that we could alert our guys for? So it's a matter of time to get our information out there to our soldiers.
The final process is arguably the most important: DNA forensics, matching the exact DNA signatures to a profile database and revealing the identity of the suspects.
Usually we'll have swabs that we'll try and get the DNA off of. We need to know approximately how much DNA we were actually able to get from the material that we're working with. We're then able to make copies or amplify that DNA. The reason we need so many copies is because in the end we're going to take as many of those copies as we can, run them through a few more tests, and build an overall DNA profile. My last tour was with a combat support hospital in a uniform position, and I saw the other end of it, and the guys coming in after they've gotten, the IEDs and things so they'll come in now from this perspective, and they'll help out and try and narrow or stop a lot of those things so a lot more guys can come back. Is an amazing thing to be able to do.
Acme's mission is to keep coalition forces aware of the people and materials threatening to harm them. And though the scientists bear no rifle or uniform, the chance to positively affect the battlefield is victory enough.
My son was in the Army. He's done a year in Iraq and a year here. So every person, enemy